Okay. Now, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Still we are on our topic of rulings on Juma prayer. Rulings regarding the Juma prayer. We are following our book Al-Mulakhasu Al-Fiqhi Al-Islami li Sheikh Fawzan. The author is called Sheikh Fawzan bi'idhnillah. We have been seeing a lot of episodes going on different seeing different topics, and mashallah we are about to finish the rulings regarding on the Juma prayer bi'idhnillah. As we last saw, we stopped when we are saying that وَيُسَنُّ أَن يُؤَمِّنَ على دعاء الخطيب بلا رفع صوت ولا يديه. It is sunnah, a person who has attended the Friday sermon or who has attended the khutbah on Friday, Allahumma barik, ويسن, it is sunnah أن يؤمن على دعاء الخطيب. When the time comes for the khatib to supplicate when he's ending the khutbah, it is sunnah to say Ameen. To say Ameen to the du'as being recited by the Imam or supplicated by the Imam or Khatib. But how do we say Ameen to these du'as? How do we respond to these du'as? We respond to these du'as by saying Ameen bila rafi'i sawtin, but inside our hearts, not loudly, but silently in our hearts. As in bila rafi'i sawti, but you say it inside in your heart. Bila rafi'i sawtin wala yadayhi. And if as you're saying Ameen silently inside in your heart, still don't raise your hands, or don't raise your hand to say Ameen as the Imam is supplicating to the for the followers who are listening to the khutbah. Because why? Because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, first of all, he never taught that, and even him, he made khutbah, he made sermons, a lot of sermons through his life, and the Sahaba never raised their hands, and he never asked them, why don't you raise your hands when I'm praying for you? So it shows even Ammar, one day he saw Bishr ibn Marwan when he's on the mimbar, when he's supplicating on the Friday, when he's supplicating for the followers, and he raised his hands. And subhanallah, and Ammar told him, قَبَّهَ اللَّهُ هَاتَيْنِ الْيَدَيْنِ. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sicken those hands of yours. Wa Allah agungubaze emikono jo. Because I didn't see the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam raising his hands except by showing the finger. So, meaning that during Juma, when the Imam supplicates for the followers, and he himself, he doesn't raise the hands, but he just show the finger, and even the followers who are seated down, they shouldn't raise their hands, but they should just only say Ameen silently in their hearts, but not raising their voices or raising their hands to respond to the dua. And that is in khutbah. Now, and that is in khutbah. قال شيخ الإسلام ابن تيمية, شيخ الإسلام ابن تيمية رحمه الله said, ورفع الصوت قدام الخطيب مكروه أو محرم اتفاقا ولا يرفع المؤذن ولا غيره صوته بصلاة ولا غيرها. Sheikh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, the Sheikh noted him here in the book and said that Ibn Taymiyyah said, وَرَفْعُ الصَّوْتِ قُدَّامُ الْخَطِيبُ مَكْرُوهٌ. It is not permissible, or it is disliked for the followers or the listeners to the khatib, to the imam, or to the ceremony. It is disliked, it is not permissible to raise your voice to say Ameen, or even to say anything else, makruh, it is disliked, or muharram, it is even haram, ittifaqan, on all scholars agreed on that. ولا يرفع المؤذن ولا غيره صوته بصلاة ولا غيرها. Let not even the mu'adhin or anyone else to raise any voice when the khutbah is being given by the imam or by the khatib. ولا يلاحظ أن هذا الذي ويلاحظ أن هذا الذي نبه عليه الشيخ لا يزال موجودا في بعض الأمصار. Though, alhamdulillah, what the Sheikh has talked about, Sheikh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, the Sheikh said, though it is not, people have now studied, mashallah, and a few people do that, though we don't find it in a lot of places, or in a lot of mosques. A lot of people now, they have learned, they are no longer doing that. But you should also take note of it. من رفع الصوت بالصلاة على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Like people, when the khatib is giving the sermon and he mentions the name of the Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم, later in the days, they used to raise their voices, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when they are in the khutbah, subhanallah. Though, alhamdulillah, we have preached this and people have changed. Though there are some who are still doing this. Like a person, you shouldn't raise your voice when they pray for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu, or when it's talked about by the khatib in the JUMA or in the khutbah. You shouldn't raise your voice. You should pray for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu also silently. Just like you say Ameen, the dua, silently, even when you're praying for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu, when he's talked about, or when his name is being talked about, that Muhammad, you say sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but inside in your heart. أو غير ذلك من الأدعية حال الخطبة أو قبلها أو بين الخطبتين. Anything mentioned in the khutbah, like for the dua, or like mentioning the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, all of those things, they should be done in silent. وربما يأمر بعض الخطباء الحاضرين بذلك. But the most bad thing that sometimes the imams or the person giving the ceremony is the one who even orders the followers to pray for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abagoberezi bayinza okuba nga basirise n'abagamba baneete musaalira nabbi, musaalira ku nabbi, and he orders them, which is not right. Oba n'abasabira eddua when he's finishing the khutbah, subhanallah, and he tells them angate muminise, which is not right, subhanallah. Sheikh kyayogera ku wano, ya'muru ba'du al-khutaba al-hadirin bidhalik, and they order them, please say Ameen, please pray for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Didn't you hear that I talked about him? Which is not right. وهذا جهل. Sheikh said, وهذا جهل, that is ignorance. وابتداع لا يجوز فعله. وهذا جهل وبدع لا يجوز فعله. It is not accepted. And if the imam does that, or orders you to say Ameen when he's praying for you, or when he's praying for the followers in the sermon, or on the Friday sermon, or when he orders you to pray for the Prophet Muhammad after talking on him, please don't do it. Don't raise your voice. You shouldn't raise your voice, but pray for him, the Prophet Muhammad silently, and say Ameen silently. Anything should be done silently, which needs to be anything you should repeat, it should be done in silence. Even if the imam orders you to do that, please for you just stay silent بإذن الله تبارك وتعالى. وقال الشيخ ومن دخل والإمام يخطب, and whoever enters the mosque when the Imam is giving sermon فإنه لا يسلم, it is not permissible or it is not admirable to say salam when you enter in the mosque when the Imam is giving when the Imam is giving the ceremony. Just enter silently. بل ينتهي إلى الصف بسكينة. Enter silently the mosque when the Imam, if you find the Imam when he's giving the khutbah, enter silently, then look for a seat where to sit bi'idhnillah. Because why? First of all, you're late. And if you say salam, you might even, at a certain point, you're going to distract the people who are listening to the Imam. So, وَيُصَلِّ رَكَعَتَيْن, find where to sit. وَيُصَلِّ رَكَعَتَيْن. Now the Sheikh is telling us a person who has entered for the JUMA, specifically when he has come for the JUMA, he's telling you how you should responsibly enter the mosque, subhanallah, on Friday. First of all, enter the mosque. If you find the Imam when he has started the khutbah, don't say salam, but just enter with your right leg, find the place where to stand, and pray 2 rakas. Khafifatayn, try to pray them quickly. Why? Because you have to listen to the good words the khatib is giving to the ummah, or is preaching to the believers. Khafifatayn kama sabaq. Yani, you have to pray them quickly, but when you're observing all the actions in the prayer, please. وَيَجْلِسُ لِاسْتِمَاعِ الْخُطْبَةِ, after praying the 2 rakas, sit comfortably and listen to the khutbah. وَلَا يُصَافَحُ مَنْ بِجَانِبِهِ, and it is not accepted, though you have seated near your friend or near your grandfather or near anyone respected, maybe in your eyes, please just sit comfortably. Don't say salam to anyone. Don't shake the hands with anyone when you're in khutbah. Don't say, oh, this is my teacher. I have taken a long time without seeing him. Let me first say salam to him. No, please. Then you're distracting him and you're doing something which is going to even make your prayer of a low value in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tokkirizibwa kukwata mu ngalo yenna muntu oba kumubuuzaako kisebo nkulabi tunaddamu nga jjuma ewedde. It is not accepted. ولا يجوز له العبث حال الخطبة بيد أو رجل أو لحية أو ثوب أو غير ذلك. It is not accepted when you're in Juma, fully seated in the sermon, they are giving sermon, mashallah. It is not accepted to play with your hands, biyadin. You can play, people can play with their hands like this, and the whole khutbah is doing like this, subhanallah. It is not accepted. Or to play with your legs. When you're, every time you're turning, you know, okuzanyazanya n'ebigere byo okugamba nga okola, you do even actions that are not okugamba neziteetaagisa. So that is not accepted. Yu'addu min al-abath, kibaliwa mu kuzanya omuzannyo. Aw lihiyatin, or if maybe a person is seated in the khutbah, but when he's playing with his beards, every time he's catching on the beard every time, even when it's not needed. So it is not also accepted. Aw thawbin, or someone to play with his clothes. Sumurula amapesa wagasiba wagasumura wagasiba wasiba lino. That is also not accepted. Aw ghayri dhalik, or anything else. Sheikh kyatayogedde wano, anything else. You shouldn't do that. Bi'idhnillahi tabaraka wa ta'ala, the moment you decide to listen to the khutbah and you're in the khutbah. لقوله صلى الله عليه وسلم, due to the hadith. Why are we denying all those things because of the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, "Man massal haswa," whoever touches a small stone, every small stone, faqad lagha, then he's among those people who have played in the Juma. And that صححه الترمذي said that hadith is صحيح أخرجه من حديث أبي هريرة ومسلم وهو في الترمذي أيضا. Now he said that من مس الحصى, whoever touches any small stone فقد لغى, then he has played. So how الترمذي وفي رواية ومن لغى, and whoever plays in the khutbah فلا جمعة له, then he doesn't have a Juma, he doesn't have khutbah, as in he doesn't have the Juma prayer. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to reward him in that Juma. But though Shaykh Fawzan, when he was explaining that word وَمَنْ لَغَ فَلَا جُمَعَةَ لَهُ, and whoever plays has no Juma, he said that is bikamali thawab. You don't get the full reward. Empelenzi yuvu tojifuna naye ofuna enswala yebeekendedde ku buli kyonna ky'okola. Anything you do mu Juma nga tekikirizibwa kigenda kisalako amadaala g'eswalayo. But it's not that the whole rewards, you're not going to be given the whole rewards, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala akukendezaako ku madaala ge yandifunye 27. At the end you will get like 20 darajats, 20 daraja, or levels, 20 levels. So you should pay attention at anything when you're observing the Juma prayer بإذن الله تبارك وتعالى مع الإمام أو مع الخطيب. ولنا خطيب ولنا إمام بإذن الله. We started a little bit late, and inshallah we shall stop there for that few remarks. Inshallah, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from us, unless anyone has a question regarding to what we have been talking about or regarding to Juma, then you can ask it or you can raise your hand, inshallah. You can text in the chat room, or you can raise your hand, inshallah, for any question regarding to our topic today. Bismillah, tabarak ta'ala. Now, ayina ekibuuzo osobola okuwanika omukono, otherwise tujja kukomaawo olw'akadde kaffe okuba nti kaweddeyo, ate tulabe programs endala inshallah. Now, Naam, some choir. Unmute.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Naam.
Sheikh barakallahu fik. Kati nje ekibuuzo kyange, omuntu asobola okujja nga tubaire tuli mu kutuba n'atandika okujja nga agenda agabye engalo, salaamu alaikum, kwegamba n'obeera nga asinza kubanga okimanyi nti kyakola si kituufu, naye bw'akuwa engalo akukwata bw'ati omukono n'akuwa engalo n'oziddamu, naawe obeera ozanyidde muswala.
Okay, barakallahu fik. Kugamba hadithi ya Abi Huraira yajira mu Bukhari ni Muslim, yagamba nti idha qulta li sahibika yawma aljumaa, singa ogamba mukwano gwo ku lunaku lwa jjuma namugamba nti ansit, owayisirikako, imaamu akola ki? Imaamu asomesa. Yagamba nti wal imaamu yakhtub, nga imaamu akola ki? Nga ali mu kusomesa, nomugamba wayisirikako, tolaba nti imaamu asomesa. Yagamba nti fakad laghawta, obeera ozanyidde ddala muki? Obeera ozanyidde naawe muki? Mu swala. Kakati ekikukakatako mu mbeera eyo, ensonga nti kati ate ono bayagala kukyankalanya. Kati ekikukakatako mu mbeera eyo kwe kubeera nti gwe engalo ogaana ozikwatamu, eyo munaabiraba edda. Era Sheikh Kyobulaba agambye wano mu kitabo kyaffe wennyini twakasoma, n'agamba nti wala yusaafa man bijanibi, nti ono azze leeti n'ayagala okukwata ku banne mu ngalo, tokkirizibwa kubeera nti obakwata mu ngalo, tekikkirizibwa. First of all otuuse leeti, ate ogenda ba distractinga. Kati tokkirizibwa, kitegeeza nti waabanga ye agaaniddwa okuba nti akola ekikolwa ekyo, kitegeeza naawe kennyini tokola ki? Mugaane oba gaana okuteekayo engalo zo, olw'ensonga nti first of all kyennyini kyakola kikyamu. Kakati ate woba okkiriza oba omuyambyeko okukola ki? Okukyankalanya. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala atugamba wataawanu ala albirri wattaqwa, mukolagane mu ebyo ebirimu ttaqwa, oba mukolagane mu ebyo ebirimu okutya Allah, oba ebikolwa Allah byakola ki? Byayagala, nga mba muyambaganye ofuna empeera, nono naakola ki? Naafuna empeera. Kakati ekyo kibeera kikubuzaabuza. Olaba oli agambye nti ansit aba azannya, ate kakati gwe abatandise okwebuuzaako, aba kudistractinze nnyo aya nnamba awo imaamu oba khatibu gy'aba ayogedde kumpi ebegenda kuyitako. So kakati gwe gaana bugaanyi, obufunze gaana bugaanyi, gwe toteekayo ngalo zikole bwoti. In fact ekyo kijja namusomesa ategeere nti mu jjuma osanga abantu nga batudde, olina kufa ku mudaala ogutuula butuuzi, okole ki? Obeere nti owuliriza jjuma biidhnillah. Kansuubire kibuuzo kitegerekese bulungi Hajjati Jawhara. Allah akusaasire. Okay, nzibuze ssaawa 9. Wabaawo yenna abuuza omulala abuuze kati, otherwise tumaliriza biidhnillah. Nsaba Allah ekitiibwa ffenna tuwemu obulungi abawuliriza, n'okubeera nti atuwaamu obulungi mu kaseera kaffe kano ketuwaddeyo okweyongera okumanya biidhnillah. Ndabako Nsanja, obanga gweseeka Nsanja nkutumiddeko. Wadde salaamu, salaamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. N'abayizi baffe abalala nsaba Allah ekitiibwa mwenna abakuume. Wassalaamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.